If you missed the 2022 IIHF World Junior Championships, I hope you're not a Ducks fan because Mason McTavish went absolutely sicko mode, and you're probably going to want to see it. He scored 17 points in the 8-game tournament, which, as the title of this video suggests, ties Wayne freaking Gretzky and also Eric Lindros for third most points all time at a World Junior Championship by a Canadian player. The crazy thing is, his scoring isn't even the most insane thing he did in the tournament, but we'll get to that at the end of the video, so stick around to the end if you want your mind blown a little bit. At this point, I would say Mason McTavish is absolutely the favorite for the Calder, and I don't think it's particularly close. There were a couple of other players that played really well in this tournament who could be in the Calder contention as well, as I do suspect they will be playing in the NHL. And we will be talking about those players in future videos, but no one was really that close to McTavish in terms of how well they performed in the World Junior Championships, in my opinion. Let's take a look at some of the plays he was involved in at this tournament. So this first play here I have is from the quarterfinal game against Czechia. Canada is on the power play, and McTavish is on the far right of your screen here behind the goal line. The puck is on his stick. He's going to come up the half wall, just pass it back to the point. I believe that is Owen Zellweger. Zellweger passes to the wing. I believe that is Stankoven, or it might be Kent Johnson. Johnson goes back to Zellweger, and he fakes the shot there. Hold on to the puck a little bit, and comes to McTavish here, who's going to go for a one-timer. Decent shot attempt there, but his stick blows up on him. He's very quick to get back to the bench, get a new stick. Good responsibility there, I guess. I don't know. Puck comes back in the zone. Bedard, nice little kick there to keep possession of that. Good shot attempt there in the slot, but again, that's not really why we're watching this clip. Eventually, after a couple of clears from Czechia, Canada re-enters the zone. Kent Johnson this time has the puck right at the near side walls here. And he's just going to go back towards the point, drop it back for McTavish, and they're kind of going to do the same play here. McTavish is going to go back, except this time instead of Zellweger, it's Johnson. Johnson fakes the shot. Goes for the pass to McTavish, who one-times it. This time his stick does not blow up on him, and he scores. So what really makes this shot effective for McTavish here, one, the goalie kind of is just late reacting to this pass, but McTavish also is in a good shooting position. It's a much better pass than the first pass. It's right in his wheelhouse, you could say, and he has a really effective weight transfer here from his back leg, his left leg, to his front leg here. You could see at that point all his weight is on his front leg, which is not necessary for every type of shot. In fact, it's pretty useful to be able to shoot off both legs. But in a one-time situation, as a left-handed shot, you definitely want to have all your weight on the right foot, and transferring that from his left to his right there generates more power. And it's just a quick shot, right in the middle of the net. In fact, hit the net camera there, I think. Nothing super fancy, but just really effective play there. This next play is very similar. Again, Canada is on the power play. This is in the round robin. And I will say in the last clip, I believe I said it was a quarterfinal game. It was actually semifinal game, I believe. Not that it really matters that much. Anyways, similar play here. Canada's on the power play. McTavish has the puck on his stick here, again, right below the goal line. He's just going to hold on to the puck a little bit here and then bring it back to the point. Zellweger's going to pass it back to him here. No fake shot, though, although he does draw two Finnish defenders. Although there is still a guy there potentially in a spot to block McTavish's shot. Although, as you're going to see, that's not going to happen. And kind of it's a very similar play, but mechanically, it's not the same, which I want to point out here. So, in the last instance, I mentioned how he had that good weight transfer from his left leg to his right leg. In this instance, the pass is going to be a little bit behind him. It's not quite right in the spot he would like it to be. So he has to take a more upright shooting position where he is shooting more off his left leg here. It's kind of an awkward position to be for a one-timer. It's imagine yourself just shooting pucks while standing around. Like it's kind of more that type of position than a traditional one-timer type stance. But that kind of makes it more impressive in my mind. This is a lot more difficult to pull off properly. You're shooting off your back leg, which on a one-timer is not ideal. But he roofs it anyways. Far side high. I think it might have been off the bar a little bit. Either way, it's a similar play overall, but I think it really showcases how good his one-timer actually is. Now, I haven't seen too much of McTavish outside of his NHL time and this tournament, so maybe he's just getting lucky. I don't think he's getting lucky, though. In order to have an effective one-timer, you have to be able to make those adjustments, and McTavish shows here that with a not 100% ideal pass, he's still capable, more than capable, of making it work. This next play, believe it or not, is not actually going to be a one-timer. It's not on the power play. McTavish here, this again is from the round robin. McTavish in 23 in white, roughly towards the middle of your screen here, is coming in. Bedard actually has the puck on his stick, and this is kind of more of a Bedard play than a McTavish play, but they do work together, and I'll probably highlight this play again in a video on Bedard because it is a pretty nice play. So that's a really nifty area pass there from Bedard back to McTavish, who completely turns around to receive it. Pretty interesting little play. I don't know how they communicated that play at a time or if it was just kind of a instinctual thing there. It doesn't seem like the type of play that that McTavish would anticipate naturally. It's a very creative and unique play there. But McTavish is just gonna pass it back to Bedard, who of course is Connor Bedard, so he's gonna score in tight like that. But I do want to highlight actually that pass back from McTavish, because there's two defenders right there, right in front of him. I mean, that's the passing lane he's looking through. I mean, there's maybe a foot and a half between the two defenders' skates. And that's exactly, in fact, I think he goes between the feet of the back defender there. Either way, good pass by McTavish. Great play in general. Very good creativity from Bedard, and of course the great finishing. But do want to highlight the fact that McTavish can do more than just score on one-timers. Okay, so this next play here is later in the same game, and McTavish is on a breakaway. He actually overhandles the puck a little bit here and lets the puck get away from him. Kind of has to catch up to it, but he grabs it, does a couple of very simple stick handles, and then takes a relatively decent shot, low blocker side there. To be honest, I'm not entirely convinced that McTavish was really trying to score here. It's a 5-0 game. This goal, of course, makes it 6-0. It wasn't anything crazy. He didn't try to do some crazy skilled deke, or he didn't try to snipe it top shelf or anything like that. It was really a relatively pedestrian-looking attempt. But I thought I'd include it anyways. At the very least, it highlights a bit, I guess, of his finishing ability, which he obviously has in bunches. But even when he's not trying to score, he can score. Now, the goalie might not be the highest quality goaltender in the world, and you do have to take that into consideration when you're uh, grading prospects, I guess, or talking about prospects in general. But McTavish has played in the NHL and he has scored. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he has 2 goals in his NHL career so far. So he can definitely score. This next play is also on the power play. And McTavish is going to take the faceoff here. And he is, spoiler, going to win it to his teammate there. I'm not entirely sure who that is. It doesn't really matter. Puck's going to go point to point. Bedard's going to walk in and pass the puck back. As soon as he does that, McTavish, who had been behind the goal line, comes up into the net front, which he does a lot. He kind of plays a bit all over the place on the power play. He'll obviously, from the other clips you saw, he was on the right wing taking one-timers, but he also does play a net front role pretty well. And here he gets to the net front, and I don't think you're going to be able to tell that maybe if you slow it down quarter speed or something. But he does get his stick on that shot attempt there and just deflects it right into the crossbar. It was a bit questionable. In fact, I think we might see a replay here that will show that in better detail. A bit questionable, could have been a high touch, but that doesn't really matter when you're looking at what a player is capable of. Yeah, in fact, that is not a high touch. That is absolutely a good touch. Nice shot from Zellweger, too, but McTavish just gets it on the blade, too. It's actually a bit harder to deflect with the blade rather than, I don't know. Obviously, the blade's curved, so it's a little harder to control where the puck's going, but he gets it right off the crossbar and showing a little bit of good hand-eye there, good net front presence, and good instincts to go to the net front in general, which McTavish is that kind of player. He can be, yes, he can score nice goals, but he can also be a little bit, I don't want to say a pest, because he doesn't really strike me as a pesty player, but a tough player to play against in front of your own net. But that's enough of looking at McTavish's offensive results in this tournament. Now it's time for me to show you that play that I alluded to at the beginning of the video. So this is the gold medal game in overtime. So it's 3-on-3 for IIHF events. And Connor Bedard is way up ice. He's behind Finland's goal line at this particular moment in time. You can see him way up there. And McTavish is here just inside the blue line. And he is going to get deked. Basically, I don't know exactly what that was. Not great look, but it results in a 3-on-1. And then he wipes out behind the net, which is another great scoring chance for Finland here. And McTavish saves the day. Here is the replay. So the Finnish player, I'm not entirely certain who that is actually, just chips it, kind of fans on it, but it's going in. McTavish gets it out of desperation. So you can see it there. Here's another look. Not the best look, but you can clearly see the puck bouncing on the goal line there, and McTavish just gets it away. A fluttering puck. Absolutely a last second nick of time. And they scored shortly after this. So secured the gold medal. Absolutely, obviously would not have been the case had that gone in. So McTavish, the real MVP, just really, 17 points in 8 games. That's fine and all, but that save alone, was absolutely remarkable. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. That would really help me out. It's at no cost to you guys. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.